Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome to this week's cosmic guidance for October the 3rd through until the 9th. So we have a big week ahead. It is full moon week. So I'm going to go over the energies that lead up to the Aries full moon on Sunday. We also now have Mercury direct and Pluto is going direct this week. So I'm going to go over what all of that means. If you are new to me and my channel, a warm welcome. Let me know below if you are new so I can officially just welcome you into this space, get to know you a little bit better. So my name is Kara Melendi. Each week when I do these cosmic updates, I'm studying the planetary shifts, I'm looking at the astrology, and I'm also sharing channel guidance from the Akashic Records as well. And I love to support you in co-creating with cosmic intelligence so you can align with the highest timeline for your life and business, claiming the abundance that is yours, claiming the joy that is yours, claiming the freedom that is yours. So if that resonates, be sure that you subscribe. So a little bit of context before we do the day-by-day breakdown, and then I pull up my chart for the full moon when we get to the energies of Sunday as well. So Mercury is now officially direct, but it is still in shadow phase. So throughout this retrograde period, Mercury went retrograde in Libra and then moved back into Virgo. And the retrograde in Libra was really about examining the patterns at play in your relationships. What patterns did you become more aware of during this time? Did you become more aware of the triggers you have in your relationships? Did you become more aware of where you may be in unhealthy dynamics of codependency, needing someone to show up and behave in a certain way in order for you to feel okay? And these are all relationships in our life. Friendships, client mentor, our romantic relationships, we really become aware of the patterns and are invited to really set healthy boundaries that honor what you need, and to trust that as you set healthy boundaries, that actually allows the relationship to flourish. It is like a deep act of self-love to do that. Now, the Mercury retrograde in Virgo was about exploring your daily routine and the thoughts that you may entertain day in and day out when you go into autopilot mode. When we go into autopilot and we aren't aware, we go into subconscious mode. So our subconscious programming really takes over, and we often have the same thoughts day in and day out. Some of those thoughts serve you, some of them don't. So it's really an opportunity to look at what thoughts are you entertaining on autopilot that actually don't serve you. Time to let those go, and time to focus on thoughts that align with the joy you want, the abundance you want, with all that you desire. You need to have your thoughts and mindset align with what you want in order to call that in. So this Mercury retrograde helped you create that awareness. So the reason I'm reviewing this is because now that Mercury is direct and it's in shadow phase still, it's time to implement those lessons. And you may even find situations emerge where you have the opportunity to either fall into the old pattern or now move into what you know to be true about who you are, to choose again. So we also now have Venus, the relationship planet. I say Venus, the goddess of love, of beauty, of prosperity, now is in its home sign of Libra. And of course, we are also in Libra season. The sun is in Libra right now, but Venus moving into this home sign of Libra really puts the spotlight on love and compassion. And anytime a planet is in its home sign, it becomes extra strong and really takes on the original energy. So that Venus energy, which is a love of the beauty of our planet, the love of fashion and even luxury and elegance, like all of that really comes into play in this season. So I encourage you, and I was talking to my divine creators in our circle about this as well, really infusing beauty into their daily life, surrounding yourself with things that you love, with things that light you up. Be more aware of that as we move throughout this season and as Venus moves through Libra until the end of October. So let's go into our daily breakdown here, beginning Monday, October the 3rd. We begin the week with the moon in Capricorn conjuncting Pluto. This is a great energy for like Going after what you want. I was gonna say getting to work. It really is if like you've been putting projects or things off, like a moon in Capricorn is very work oriented. But what I'm hearing from the records around this is you now have deeper insight into what actually does light you up and what you want to place your focus on and how you define success. So you may find if there's certain tasks that really don't align to your vision anymore and that don't bring that sense of expansiveness, it may actually be harder to do work on those things because you're more aware of how you define success and that's where your focus is. And keeping in mind, right, the backdrop, we are in Libra season. Venus is in Libra, so we're very attuned to what is lighting us up right now. Now, also there's a trine, the moon will trine Uranus and Mercury as well, and those are both in earth signs now. So earth signs are incredible for manifestation. So it really is a day where you can really build some momentum along projects that do light you up. Like it is really, the earth energy is very tangible and very practical and makes it great for manifestation and like bringing your desires from the physical into a tangible reality. And that's a big theme throughout this week. Like we really are aware of, okay, what am I called to do to be part of creating what I desire? What is my role within that? So on Tuesday, the moon moves into Aquarius. I always say this moon in Aquarius is for the visionaries, it's for the humanitarians, like, and it's also going to trine Venus in Libra. So this is a day of connection, of socialization, of being aware of what your dream is, what your vision is, and how you get to co-create that. Like you don't have to do this on your own. One of the things that has supported me, that continues to support me in my business, is I reach out and join masterminds and mentorship. So I continue to grow and I continue to evolve. And I recognize like, I don't have to figure this out on my own. I don't have to have all the answers, but I know the answers and solutions are out there. And I'm willing to do my part to lead myself to the right people and opportunities to say yes, so I can have the support I want. So this energy is very much about that because Aquarius is about community. Libra energy is about relationships. So we're really reminded, even midweek, Tuesday, Wednesday as well, that you don't have to do it alone, that you have your own brilliance, but other people are a genius at something else. And when you co-create together, that's magic. So this can even be for those of you who are in a place in your business where you're hiring team members. It's really about knowing what's your magic, what do you love, lock into that, and it's okay to outsource the rest. If you're just at the beginning phases of business, still can think about that stuff. What do you love to do and what can you hand over to somebody else? Like we don't have to be masters of it all. So on Wednesday, the moon is in Aquarius again. It's going to conjunct Saturn and trine Gemini. So when Saturn comes into the mix, it brings more of the discipline and structure. So this is great energy for planning, looking at what you want to create, achieve, and experience between now and the end of the year and actually putting a concrete plan in place. And having that discipline helps us bring our dreams into a manifested reality instead of just, oh, I want this, I hope it happens. The next step is, ooh, I have a plan as to how this is going to happen. Doesn't mean we need all the steps, doesn't mean we need to know the exact people and opportunities and ways the universe will rearrange to bring it to us. It means we are guiding ourselves and doing our part to make what we want be a reality. So I love that trine too with Mars and Gemini today. Like that is brilliant new ideas and downloads that are coming in. Mars and Gemini also an air sign. So a lot of this air element as well, which again, the word I keep hearing, ideas, new ideas, but we also again want to bring structure to those ideas. You don't have to implement or roll out every idea you have today, but be aware, okay, what lights me up? What idea can I take and run with? And maybe some of them go on the back burner and you revisit them at a later time. On Thursday, we have the moon in Aquarius for most of the day, but then it will move into Pisces. That's a very different vibe as well. So when the moon moves into Pisces, we shift into the water energy, more ease, more flow, more connected to our feelings. It's less about the intellect and it's more about our feelings as we move through Thursday and Friday. Friday, the moon in Pisces will conjunct Neptune as well. So we are very connected into higher realms of consciousness and this awareness that your angels and your ancestors, divine teachers and masters, they are there. They want to help you. Reach out and ask for that guidance. So this isn't just about asking for support in the physical realm and putting yourself around people that can support you. This is also about connecting with your spirit team who want to support you and guide you as well. Now on Saturday, we're really building up to that Aries full moon. We're going to take a look at that in a moment here, but Pluto goes direct on Friday. This is big because Pluto is the planet of death, rebirth, and transformation. And now that it's going direct, and we also have Mercury direct, like these are some big changes and big momentum happening in your world. And Pluto is actually about big transitions. So when I have talked about, for the last couple of weeks, Mercury and Virgo, I was really emphasizing this point that small changes lead to big transformation. And that is so true. And that's what that energy embodies. Now, Pluto is about big transformation, big inner transformation, big soul shifts that we go through, awakening that we go through. And now that it's direct, it's like that rebirth energy. You may feel like, wow, you're coming out of a period of darkness or heaviness or more shadow work in your life. And you're like, okay, I'm ready to rise. I'm seeing things in a new light. I'm feeling the heaviness lifting, and you're feeling this new sense of joy and commitment to what really lights you up. So that's a really great energy that we get to bring into the Aries full moon. So I'm going to share my screen here as well, so you can see the chart as we go over the Aries full moon. Okay, let me minimize that and let me enlarge the chart. There we go. Aries full moon happening on the 9th, 4:55 p.m. Eastern time. We have the moon down here in the sign of Aries opposite the sun over here in the sign of Libra. So anytime it's a full moon, it's a time of releasing, it's a time of healing, and there's an opposition at play. So we're working with this full moon with the Aries Libra axis, which governs relationships, the relationship with ourselves, the relationship with others, how we create a sense of balance and harmony in our world. So taking a deeper look at the Aries archetype energy and really understanding that is important at this full moon, since that's where the moon is lighting up. That's the aspect of ourself we are invited to explore. So the Aries archetype, it is the first sign of the zodiac. So it's all about leadership and the self, your identity, how you see yourself, how you lead yourself. It embodies the energy of courage. It is the pioneer. It is that part of you that knows you are bigger than any obstacle that comes your way. One of my favorite quotes is, I am bigger than any obstacle that comes my way. I always rise. And I feel that very much connected to the Aries archetype. It's like that fiery energy of nothing holds me back, nothing slows me down, like warrior vibes. It's ruled by Mars. It's very powerful. Now, what's interesting about this full moon is it is conjunct Chiron here. So that's Chiron is that little K with, it looks like a key, and it's conjuncting the moon here. So this is about releasing, since it is a full moon, any insecurities you have around yourself and your ability to achieve what you want. So those doubts and fears may come up at this full moon, like, can I really do it? Can I have a business where I make money? I do what I love. I have the freedom to create my own schedule. I know I'm positively changing people's life. Who am I to do it? Can I do it? All the doubts that may come up, and you're able to say, oh, of course I can. Of course I can. I'm releasing those fears. I'm remembering who I am, and I am claiming what I want. So there's a fierceness with this full moon and the ability to release those old pains, those old patterns, even old trauma that can hold you back from really fully being grounded in your power. We also have Jupiter at the very beginning degrees of Aries right now. And as we move into the end of the year, I'll be revisiting Jupiter more, because that's going to be a significant energy as it moves throughout Aries next year. We're going to focus on that more, but it's very much that warrior energy. It's very much a powerful energy of, yes, I can do this. I can do great things. I've got this. Now, the moon opposing the sun as well as Venus. So I've talked about Venus being in the sign of Libra. It's also coming into play with this full moon. A Sun conjunct Venus is very charismatic, and it can really offer a heart opening. So you can experience a lot of heart opening and awakening in this full moon energy as well. And where Venus is opposing the moon here, it is about understanding your needs on a deep level and allowing yourself to come back to the energy of love. Love is stronger than fear. And really being compassionate with yourself. This is a message from the records. The best way we can release blocks and limitations is to be able to view them through the lens of love. To be able to be compassionate with ourselves when we want to judge ourselves or someone else. If we can come back to compassion, like that allows us to move through any blocks and limitations with greater ease. Like just practice instead of beating yourself up about I'm not doing enough, I should be further along, and come back to I love myself, right? I love myself. That Ho'oponopono blessing of I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you is so powerful to repeat to yourself, to take in that energy and then to send it to people in your life, just even through your awareness, right? You don't have to necessarily message them and say that, but just bring them into your heart and repeat that message, send them that love. Because there's a lot of power here at this full moon for deep, deep levels of healing. Now, the ruler of the moon is Mars. So we have Mars currently over here in the sign of Gemini. Mars rules Aries, making it the ruler of the full moon. Again, Mars is the ambition, drive, that warrior spirit. The interesting thing here is it's actually prepping to go into retrograde. So while we have these other planets, and it's not there yet, but it is preparing for its retrograde. So it is a time of reflecting on how we are using our life force energy. Mars is very associated with manifestation as well. Especially in your birth chart, if you know the aspects and location of Mars, you really get a deeper glimpse into your unique style of manifesting and using your life force energy. So there's a lot of questions around that during this full moon. How are you using your power to attract? Where are you burning yourself out? The Mars-Venus energy, Mars being the ruler of this moon, Venus being opposite the full moon, it's that balance of magnetizing, allowing yourself to receive what you want, but also that warrior spirit and drive to be able to say, I'm going to go after it. And you have to know that balance, and you have to know that balance of energy within yourself and how that plays out so you don't burn out and you're creating space to receive. So very powerful energies here, and Mars is forming a square with Neptune. So we have Neptune over here in the sign of Pisces squaring Mars. And that's a reminder to lean into the guidance of your higher self and higher realms of consciousness as well, that you don't have to rely on your human strength alone. There are forces that want to work through you, that want to co-create with you. Don't limit it to your mind. Don't limit it to your own abilities. There's so much more there that you can lean into that will support you in creating the experiences that you desire, that support you in achieving what really matters to you. Soulful success. I often talk about soulful success, which means how your soul defines success, because we're all on our own unique karmic path. So this full moon brings you back to, what does that mean for you? Are you honoring your path? All right, those are the energies for the coming week, the beautiful full moon in Aries. If you know somebody in your life would benefit from this, feel free to share this video out. Also, if you want to work more intensely with me, more deeply with me, co-create together, I do have my Divine Creators Inner Circle open right now, which is the space for you to elevate into abundance and joy as you learn to create with cosmic intelligence. So working within the realm of your Akashic records, working with your unique astrology. It's a beautiful place. We do new and full moon rituals as well. So if you would like to check that out, I will post the link below. I'm also so pleased today to be able to share with you one of my all-time favorite jewelry companies, Dea. I'm currently wearing one of their necklaces. So many people reach out and ask me where I got this, where I get my jewelry. So Dea, is my go-to. It is an incredible business. It's all fair trade. They work with sacred geometry, charged crystals, and the lunar energy. It's really beautiful. And they also give a portion of their profits to women in India to support them with medical needs, with education, with fresh water. So just beautiful mission. And I have a 15% discount code you can use when you put in Kara15. So I'll attach all of that below if you would like to explore the beautiful products and their mission. All right, I am sending you all so much love and light. Enjoy this week, enjoy the full moon, and I will see you soon. Bye for now.